Alright, I wonder if my audio is coming in. I do it the lazy way. I don't have a mute button, so I just unplug this shit from my controller. Yeah, you know what? My forehead hurts. Man, I never get tired of the opening in this fucking game. So awesome. So, this is, I guess, you know, there's no one in this stream, obviously. It's my first time doing commentary on, you know, live shit. Audio is probably going to be garbage, so I'm just kind of talking all out of my ass just so I can get as much footage and I can just, I don't know, watch it. Whatever. Work on it, basically. Not a professional streamer, just kick the remote down and doing shit, so obviously I don't have a setup that's professional. I have a really shitty microphone attached to the headset I'm using. I don't have anything spectacular for streaming. But, you know, I just kind of bored at home, just wanted to do something, play one of my favorite fucking games of all time. This is something that I played a lot in my youth. Played it probably before I should have ever played this game. And, I mean, it's the remaster, so there's gonna be some differences that obviously I can't get, you know, fully nostalgic over, like Squall's new hairdo, but most of it's still the same. Music's still the same. Man, when I was younger, I just felt like I wanted to lay in that bed with the curtain just blowing through that weird little vented window. At least I think it's a vented window. I don't think it's an air conditioner. So we meet again. I remember when I was younger, being a kid, everyone that played this, that I knew of, fucking loved Quistis. Thought she was the hottest. I kinda had a thing for Renoa, weirdly enough, but Quistis she's very hot. I'd give it that. It's kind of like I want to read the fucking text, but I don't want to be one of those people. I have a voice that kind of probably gets tired of reading after a while, so I don't want to get all flat and not really. Probably just end up sounding just like Squall. You know, I really hope that they never really remake this game, because I don't want to hear voices that just don't fit the characters, at least in my eyes. That's how I kind of feel with the FF7 remake. I feel like the voices just don't really go with the characters, but they kind of grow on you. Just recently I played Persona 5 Royal, and funny enough, I had stopped playing just before I got to the Takemi, and they changed her voice. Really turned me off. Fuck, man. It's like something you just notice in a video game. I never figured out how to fucking walk properly into that scene, but whatever. Love that scene. Goddamn, yeah. Makes me wish I could go there, even though this is a school for people who are gonna potentially lose their lives. Still a very fucking cool place. When I was a kid, I just would stare at all of this shit. I would stare at the backboard. I have no idea what the fuck it's all about. Maybe they're looking at the Galbadian garden. I fucking have no idea. It's just circles and lines. But I would just stare at shit, like just looking at the lights kind of glow, and I don't know, I guess just kind of fall into it. Kind of wish that I could tap on those little computers, and you know, seeing this stuff before I even had a home computer. I was only using computers at school, like those Macs that just kind of had that weird see-through back end that, you know, hearing those Macintoshes turn on. That's what these just reminded me of all the time. That was before I really got into computers and even could tell what a Windows or a Mac was. And I had the strategy guide to this game. I just don't remember at what point I even got it, because I remember playing this game. I think I borrowed it from my cousin. I can't remember, to be honest. Fuck. You know, just played this game. I played it so many times because family, so many people I knew had it. We all kind of just played it, and because it's like to show it off. I guess because they were like in the teenage range, this was more geared for them, considering that I saw that the creators wanted to make this like a high school drama kind of deal, so I get it now, looking back. Just slams. But yeah, man, this just, I have a lot of nostalgia, so I might just ramble on about shit, may even forget what I was just saying, but yeah, just, I don't really remember how I got the strategy guide to this game, because I remember when I read the strategy guide, it said, oh, I could just get on the computer here before I even do anything else. Like, what? I freaked out. Like, I remember starting a whole new game just to go like, what? You can! It's really fucking stupid shit like that. I didn't even know. And, yeah, I would just spend a lot of time. I remember spending way too much time in here after I discovered that little bit in the strategy guide. I know I can just do shit here, but I don't really care. I'll come back later. I'll get the GFs and shit. It's whatever. Didn't know much about what was really happening in the game when I first got it, because I didn't have the strategy guide for a while. I remember that. I remember just borrowing it from my cousin, I think, and just just not understanding anything. I thought I was doing everything correct in this fucking game when I first played it. Going to the fire cavern, I leveled up to like fucking level 10, 15 or whatever, drew hundreds of magics, all the monsters in the area, and I just thought I was kicking ass. Yeah, see, when she said study panel, I didn't even know what that was as a kid. I remember having a hard time figuring out how to fucking save. I was like, study panel for my seat, and I was like, whatever. But I played this when I was like 8 years old, fucking way too young, and I just was just going and talking to everybody, and when she said fire cavern, I was just more interested in that. I was just so dumb as a fucking kid. Yeah, apparently these are the hardcore instructor fan people, I guess? Whatever. I think later on, when they tell you how many times she's died in battle, and you how many times she died in battle, it's pretty funny. Now, I know a lot of people don't like FF8, mainly probably because the characters are very proportionate, and everything kind of has like a different feel to it. Everything feels a little bit more grounded in a sense of reality, you know? Unlike how 7 and 9 ended up being. And I know that both games have, I don't know, I guess because of the styles, it feels like this game doesn't have a lot of secrets. And maybe to some people, the secrets don't feel very charming when you do find them. And I could kind of give them that. There's some stuff that just, it feels like they didn't know how to make it fun or how to make it cute or charming or memorable, I guess. Because I do come back to this game and I just kind of just do the main shit. I know where all the GFs are at. I know that some of them are considered sub quests, but they're kind of just, I guess they're just so notable to me because I've done them, because I wanted all the GFs. Excuse me. That it's just, I don't know. I mean, I guess if you want to consider those memorable sub quests, I just consider them necessities because I want my GFs. It's probably a weird way to look at it, but that's me. But like, there's things that go on later on, and you know, obviously this isn't, I'm not trying to do some playthrough right here where I'm not gonna spoil shit. I mean, if you're someone who comes in at some point, you know, and you're like, oh, FFA, who's this guy who's got no viewers? I'm gonna watch him play. Hope I get to see the game for what it is. Nah, it's not gonna happen, dude. Like, I don't know. I mean, there's so much that I love about this game that I can't keep myself from not talking about it, I guess. Especially if I'm playing a playthrough right now. Like, I'm 15 minutes in, if some speedrunner, he'd already be through the fire cavern or some bullshit, so... I mean, I'm really going at this at a snail's pace, not giving a fuck. Like, I've played this game so many fucking times. And this is one of my favorite aspects of this game, and I'm pretty sure everyone else's favorite aspect. Probably the one thing about this game that anybody can say is good about it, if they're being very biased because they grew up with 7 or they like the chibi style more, is that the card game holds up. No matter who you are, what your opinion is, what your favorite Final Fantasy is, Triple Triad holds up so fucking well. They put it in Final Fantasy 14. And they made it fucking, I think they made it worse in that game. They added so many rules, but they ain't about this fucking game, so yeah. I'm pretty much a big fucking geek about this game, mainly probably because it is my first Final Fantasy I ever played before I even really kind of understood what an RPG was. And for some reason, even hearing the term JRPG as I was growing up watching X play, I was very confused by it. I was like, well, what's the difference between an RPG and a JRPG? And it was just fucking Japanese, so I feel like they were kind of giving it a weird name, but I get it though. Different mindsets, different types of styles of game. So, you know, kind of just can't. I mean, I can say there are flaws in this game. Like, obviously I can name them, but at some point when I do name them, I kind of like ease off a bit because I realize I kind of like it. Like, I think the one bad thing about this game is there's a lot of gray. Like, the box is fucking gray. Obviously, this whole area of this little symbol, where all the little symbols are at, this whole thing is gray. Just like a lot of, I guess, metallic. I don't even know what to call it, really. I guess it's like a steel gray type of thing. I don't know what they were going for, you know, because in 7 you had all this color. You had like a real colorful box. I think it was like a blue text box. I can't remember. But it's, you know, in 9 too, it's a little bit more, it has a little different styles. I think it has like more of a textured box from what I remember. And even playing games like Chrono Cross, in Chrono Cross, you can even change your text boxes. I think you could change the color of the text box in this fucking game. I'm not saying that it's not impossible. I can't fucking... I have to check the options right now. Probably just sounds like I'm speaking out of my fucking ass. But, but I mean, the default is this, you know? Like, it literally looks like the little directory background. It's just gray. And I don't know, this is just something that kind of rubs me the wrong way when looking at it a little bit, but it's one of the smaller things. It doesn't get in the way of gameplay. It doesn't make me feel like the game isn't working properly or the game's glitching out. And, you know, obviously they probably do a solid thing like that because they were doing more internal monologue with Squall to kind of make you see like, oh, this isn't the thing he's saying out loud, you know, obviously, the parentheses, and then more transparent gray, the text box. And I would love to play this game and do like an analysis. I'm seeing another podcast do an analysis, and I kind of want to get into it with how they downplayed the opening, how they just make it sound like it's nothing but just two dudes fighting or training, and I was like, oh, come on, it is a lot more than that. If you want to analyze this game, you gotta analyze the FMV. I mean, God only knows how many nerds out there analyze the FF7 opening, you know, to try to see when Kate Sith was there, or when Aerith understood that she was part of the planet or some bullshit, you know. I mean, it's just something that I feel like no matter what, if somebody wants to do something like fucking great, like a deep dive analysis of FF8, there's always a bit of bias, and I'm probably gonna be like that too. I've just admitted it, that I am biased. You know, this is my first FF8 game. It's my first love. I feel like I can never say anything bad about it because I had nothing but good times. But that was also at a point when I didn't even understand what I was doing. When I came back to this game, probably at maybe 16, no, probably around 18. I mean, I've been playing this game a lot, like throughout my life. This was like a game I played almost every year. I'll play it, make a file, do some cringy shit like name me as Squall and name the girl I was currently crushing on as Renoa, and fucking like 100% the game to what extent I could, what I thought I was doing. And then I learned about the GF like training, I mean, you know, it's embarrassing to say it out loud, you know, but it's kind of like I grew up just playing the game the way I always knew it getting I saw someone else play it, and they played it in a way that I never even thought about it, and it's just like being low level, getting all your GFs, trying to just take advantage of the game in certain aspects, so your end result is a more tougher character. You know, and I never saw it that way. I just always saw, like, once I got 999 health, fucking all my GFs and 100 magics, just junction it all, I was just beefed out. You know, that's just how I understood it, I guess. And yeah, going back and playing it after witnessing different gameplay and watching other people's YouTube videos and speed runs, and I was like, whoa, I have been playing this game all different. And I'm not saying it's wrong. I think anyone could play this game in any way. I just think that's the truth about any game, you know. I don't think that Square, when they made this game, was like, they're gonna play it this way, you know. They do it in a way where it's up to you. It's up to you how you want to proceed. And if it may come off as like weird, then you don't have to do it that way. You just play it the way you want. I mean, I did that for probably over 8 years before I finally grew up a bit and changed my style. Because now I can't play this game without doing it that way. I can't play this game without having like Squall Dad and like Questy's alive and doing her own thing, because I don't want him gaining any EXP or whatever. Excuse me. And it's just because I know that there's gonna be GFs later on, and they're gonna give me stuff that helps me boost my character. So yeah, I've just not my attitude, I guess the way I play this game has changed dramatically, and all the years that I played it after, like, I was 18 or so, whatever, I started changing it up. And you know, I would spend so much time just running around this game, and this was before this awesome little speed up, you know, just running around, PlayStation 1 graphics on a CRT, just jamming the fuck out to this music. Wow, just wishing that I could be by that water, just thinking it was cold all the time over there. I don't know what it was about a kid living in Texas, but shit was hot. And seeing these windows open always just kind of reminded me of my windows, because I would have my window open all the fucking time. It's so hot. And just wishing I could, I don't know, just thinking that this world wasn't hot for some reason. Just thinking there's always like a nice cool breeze. Especially probably all the water, all the blue. Makes a nice scenery. I mean, you would think like it would smell pretty good in there. Like they have all this grass, like, you know, especially this area. God damn. Oh yeah, that's right. Selfie bothers the fuck out of you here. She don't shut up. I remember as a kid, I used to always try talking to this little girl on the skates, but I don't think you can. Yeah, you can. I don't know why I thought you could have. Bad memory. Must be thinking about something else. You know what? Yeah, looking at it now, it's a waterfall there, and it's like a bunch of like, I guess, you know, steam or whatever coming up. Man, this place, dude. I used to daydream about just being here. And once I had the strategy guide, they would show you the empty kind of maps, you know, no characters on it, just the layout. And I would pore over those sections, just kind of like daydreaming about it, like playing the music in my head. And there was a point when I couldn't get enough of like playing this game. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do the Garden Festival shit. I couldn't get enough of this game as a kid, and I had gotten a tape recorder for my birthday, or I don't even think it was for me. I think it was just something my mom got for the house. I can't remember. But I took it over, it became my tape recorder, and I started recording like long sections of just music, and I would try it, and I don't know why I just didn't wait for people to be gone. I don't know, just didn't occur to me. I just wanted it right then and there, and I would try to like do it when my mom wasn't talking on the phone or something. But I remember I would replay those tapes with the music I caught, and I would you hear just tons of background shit. You could even hear me kind of shuffling a little bit, and like when I was sitting down, just getting impatient, not knowing how long it was recording, thinking 4 minutes already passed. It was probably just like 2, and just wanting to get this music down on tape. And yeah, I would just hear my mom in the background talking on the phone and shit. I'd get mad re-listening to it, because I wanted to make sure it came out good and my mom's voice wasn't picked up. But no, this thing's picked up fucking everything. Just tons of fucking background noise, just all that it just fucking sucks. But it's what I had, and when I got it down, it was good. Especially I was happy that I got down the final song, The Eyes on Me. Oh, I listened to that so much as a kid going to sleep. I haven't gone through any cassette tapes in fucking years. I wonder if I even still have something like that laying around. I don't recall throwing away any cassettes when I've moved or anything, so maybe it's still out there and I didn't record over it or anything. That'd be cool. So right now in this game, I mean, while I'm just kind of nostalgia blasting, being a fucking nerd, and I'm not paying attention to text boxes as much. I mean, I've played this game so much, but if you're somebody who's gonna watch this after the fact, I highly doubt you'll stick around, and this is probably more just for me, honestly. The audience right now is me. I'm having a good time. I can see why people kind of do this, even without an audience. You know, if I had an audience, I'd just be talking to somebody and probably disagreeing or some shit, but really, I'm just rambling, and I think I probably wanted to ramble about this for a long time. So, if there's ever a moment in my life I do this shit seriously and I want to make some, like, let's play out of it, I already have this, I got all this shit out of me, and I don't have to feel like I'm doing the same thing all over again, just going, oh man, this game, I love this game. Just already kind of did it, got it out. kind of getting all that stream jitters and just kind of getting used to just flapping my app like other streamers do. But yeah, poor fucking Zell doesn't get his hot dog. It seems to be the biggest running joke in this game. I don't know why the hot dogs are so good. Don't know if it's a joke that because hot dogs are just probably the plainest little thing you can make, or no, I don't know. I have no idea. And of course at the end he just shoves his face once he gets it. Fucking awesome. Speeding. Let's rest his ass. God, man. I remember not discovering this little scene for the longest fucking time. I must have played it at least 6 times before I was just like, you know what? Let me like actually fucking go in there and just keep talking to him. Because I would just run around, talk to him a couple times and leave. I was a little fucking kid. I didn't care. I didn't even know that you could play cards with these people. I didn't even know that they had good cards or anything. And that's something I don't know, it's something that's like I should be doing, but I'm really not going to be taking this playthrough seriously. I'm going to do certain things I'm used to doing, but most things I'm just going to, like, I'll just play cards later. And this is something that I kind of hate that they got rid of in the later end game part. Probably for convenience purposes, but after like that one part when you're having to fight against the Norgers, you fight all the committees, people and monsters in these halls, and then it's like after that the garden goes flying, and then you don't come through here anymore. So I don't know. I mean, I guess when I say it out loud, kind of makes sense that it's gone. Maybe the garden just kind of does a thing and just shifts. So this part wasn't accessible anymore, and it was I don't know. Maybe it's just the game developers going, do you really want to be traveling through this part of the dorm, like at the 3rd disc or whatever? Like, you've already seen it. There's nothing else that's gonna go on here. No. It's just something that I wish they kept. I like it. Ah, yes. Squall's room. Man, for some reason I wish they showed more of the case and they talked more about it or something, because obviously his pendant is on there and fucking giant, like either engraving or printing or something, and it looks like just like a regular carrying case. And as far as I know, you don't see that for Cypher's gun, which would be cool to see, because it'd probably be a case like this, but with Cypher's cross insignia type deal. He basically just has like a basic cross from what I can remember. I don't know. I used to tell kids when I was younger, man, yeah, you see, I played this game when I was still in elementary, because I remember telling kids in the fucking cafeteria, like, yeah, I got this really cool sword. And I think it was because they were like talking about having something cool shit. I can't remember. But I just said it right out of my ass that I had like this really cool sword. It's called a gunblade. And they laughed. Man, I should have expected it. I really should have. What kind of idiot am I to not expect kids laughing at me for saying that I have something called a gunblade? But I was like, no, it's real. Yeah. And I like described it. And like the entire time I was describing it, I was just having that image of the opening part of the game, not the opening, but like the part just before the start where you get to see those little black and white images, and you see the gunblade case open with the shells in it and the gunblade in it, and it's just, that was in my head when I was describing it to these kids, and it was just kind of cringy now that I think about it growing up. Oh, someone stopped in. Yeah, sorry if you just got in the middle of me rambling and if all the audio sounds like shit. I'm just fucking around, dude. But yeah, I was just saying some cringy shit from when I was younger when I played this game. Said it to the wrong people. Said I had a gunblade and You know, I made it sound believable. Oh, yeah, he left. Good, get the fuck out. Get the fuck out of here. This wasn't for you. But, just, yeah, dude, just funny. They called me out on it. It's like, no, bring it to school. Like, dude, I'm not bringing my gunblade to school. You're fucking kidding me. Oh, shit. That's right. Man, yeah, so see, that's something I'm not used to either. I'm not used to just fucking blabbing and then playing a game. Not good at multitasking this kind of shit. But I can already see I'm already a little over 30 minutes and I haven't done any fucking thing, like, at all. I haven't even gotten my GFs. And I spent 30 minutes, so yeah, I'm just kind of bullshitting. Getting as much terrible audio. It's funny because I've admitted it's shit. I mean, the whole 30 minutes doesn't mean anything. All this talking, I'm probably just gonna do it again. It doesn't really fucking matter anymore. But, just having a good time. Just exercising my vocals. Just, you know, being in quarantine, this pandemic. Oh, shit. I forgot about him saying stuff like this. Yeah, you know, just spend a lot of time to yourself. I don't particularly live in an area that I have friends in anymore. I've moved and just kind of, you know, you kind of just end up not talking out loud as much, unless you're just talking to your family. But, you know, it's whatever. But in my case, I spent a lot more time in solitude. Don't speak out loud as much as I should, and I feel like linguistically I'm failing myself from time to time. I know just speaking, I go and I hate doing that shit. Fucking hate it. But you know, I know I'm live and I'm just doing stuff. I'm just literally saying bullshit just to get bullshit out there. I mean, I literally could be in a part of the game. I could probably at 36 minutes already be in the fucking Dalit mission. I know myself. Especially with the speed up, right? No excuse. Just being a fucking blabbermouth and just nostalgia blasting over this fucking game. And you know, I think if I could ever get this down right, if I can get the audio down right, get commentary down right, the way I can speak, and just start nailing it down. Probably start pinning some ideas on a board so that way I don't run too much off track. I'm gonna try to explain myself, but I want to give this game a better reputation. You know, and I know there's people out there who will agree with me on a lot of shit and share the same disagreements, you know. But I just think that having this game sandwiched between, you know, FF7 and 9, where they just felt this game was just gonna fail because it didn't live up to certain people's expectations in the company, just kind of feels like that paved the way of the mindset for those who are just hardcore fans, I guess, of Square. I don't know. Alright, so we got our GFs. I wasn't gonna name them anything silly, and for some reason I've always just put fucking Shiva on questies, and I always put Quetzalcoatl. I always just call him Cattle. I just throw him on Squall. Just always have done that. Just no basis for it. Maybe it's sexist. Fuck, I don't know. Now let the fun begin, man. Yeah, let's get into battles. We're gonna draw just a shit ton of magic. Not even gonna level up. And I didn't put my cursor on memory, so I'm gonna run away. Yeah, it's gonna be awful. See, I still remember all the old tricks. I want that cursor on memory. Yeah, okay, you can't change the fucking, you can't change the color of this menu. See, so it's just like everything's fucking great. And man, you know, I mean, as a kid, I kind of didn't mind it. Like, it was like, oh, this isn't too bad, but I just feel like what 7 and 9s are just a little bit better, even though 7s wasn't all that much better, but they did have pictures of the characters. I mean, even when you go to Switch, this is the only time you see it. Like, I don't know. It's just a lot of gray, man. Not the worst, but it's just the one aspect that if I could change, I would add a UI that I would at least have the character portraits in there to look nicer. Now I'm just gonna stock fired. Fuck the other spell. The other spell is just scan. I mean, it's fun to fuck around with. I remember just messing around with drawing and scanning fucking everything, dude. But it sucks to hold scan, and it sucks to have a character, even one of your side characters hold scan, because it just really doesn't do much. I mean, it just shows you the data, you know? I mean, I don't even think it junctions very well, is kind of what I meant to say. I don't even think it junctions very well, so it's just a big waste of space. And I think by the end of the fucking game, especially like near the end, like who gives a fuck about scanning? But if you're just curious, you do it. I did it as a kid. I fucking scanned everything. Had a good time trying to turn them upside down too. Now, people say that this is the worst part of the game, and you know, it's like a bit of yes and a bit of no. I mean, and this is probably where my bias as a child comes in, because I remember just fucking thinking this was so cool, and thinking when they said the word draw, I thought meant like draw as like I'm gonna pen and paper draw my magic, and I just had like a whole different mind, like idea of what was happening until we got into my first battle, and this is what draw meant, was like you draw from. So it was just kind of like a bit of a letdown. I expected it to be a little bit different, but I mean, it's really not too bad. And then I just auto. Just doesn't matter right now. I've only got one spell. No, I just save. When did I make all these saves? Man, I don't remember making all these saves. I just saved on 16. I don't think that's too important. Doesn't really matter. Oh wait, I forgot I have slot 2. Funny enough, just be in slot 2. There we go. Boom. Because I know there's a goddamn dinosaur in here that can just end it. Yeah, dude. Fucking hell, dude. First fight, dinosaur. God damn, I remember witnessing that so early in the game when I was a kid. Game over, man. Game over so fast. It wasn't even fun trying to fight him as a kid. And I guess what I'm trying to say too about this draw system not being so bad and me being biased was that I just kind of, I don't know, I mean, I guess being older, I kind of get it. When the older you get, the more time you feel is just precious. You don't have time to fucking waste, you know. When something becomes tedious and you're doing it all the time, you just want to end it. I get that. I get that now as an adult. But man, if it didn't just make sense as a kid looking at all this, like looking at the character, I remember drawing magic from the little jelly eye, because I needed blizzard magic. And I don't know, I just would fucking stare at the mountain backgrounds and just think that I could feel the coolness and just really fall into the fantasy, I guess. You know, not to be whatever cliche cringe, but really, dude, like being a kid, you kind of really just fall into what is shown to you. You kind of just pour over it. And like right now they have this 3 times speed, right? And if say maybe an 8-year-old played this game, like I did as a kid. There's just so much available. Like I could immediately throw on cheats. I could have 3 times the speed. Everything is just like different, you know? It didn't feel like as a kid where I was just patient and I accepted how long all this would take. And whether or not it felt like it took that long, you know, that's a whole different feeling in general, because I didn't feel like I was wasting hours of my time just drawing magic before I even got to the boss. I was just like, I need this. And, you know, and granted, I was also killing the enemies and leveling up. And that's another thing. I didn't realize that as a kid, leveling up, the monsters leveled up with me. I don't know why. It never correlated. It never correlated with me that those two things were happening. Like, yeah, these monsters are getting stronger the more you level up. It's just weird things that when you're a kid and you're playing a game with kind of complexion, like, you know, with complex systems, things that aren't just so like A and B, you know, run and jump like a Mario game. There's just a whole bunch of things going on under the surface of what you see that it kind of like, oh, okay, like maybe I shouldn't grind and level up so much here because that's just gonna make things a little more awkward. Or, I mean, people claim that this game is really easy, but there are some things that will stump people, and I've seen it. Like, obviously, running into the fucking T-Rex and thinking you could take them on before you were strong enough is absolutely one of the top things that will game over you early game. But I mean, if you do fuck around and you leveling up all the time, I do see a certain situation where you're just gonna get romped because you haven't probably junctioned your levels, your magic to your level properly, and you kind of, well, because you're just probably speeding through levels, you haven't even gotten any like strength ups or anything. So who really knows? But give me a minute. I'm gonna go silent. Oh, oh, well, hello, fellas. Sorry if everything starts to sound like shit now. This mainly was just like a test stream for me. But, Shiva Prima Crush, damn right. But yeah, I'm fucking around, messing with audio and stuff. And I had like an hour to kill tonight. So, I just figured, give it a shot. But hey, thank you for showing up and staying for more than like... Fuck, man. Awesome. So my audio has to be fucking garbage. Everyone fucking left. As soon as I started talking, this person was out of here. God damn. What is up with this PlayStation shit? I can't get the hang of it. Oh well. Maybe I'm just not meant to stream. Who knows? Maybe it's just not in my fucking... It's not in my cards, man. I tried. Fuck. That was fucking awesome. The minute I fucking put on the audio, it was just... It must have pissed them off. Something must have happened. Fallen Virtue said, nope, I'm out of here. The first person who showed up didn't even stay for fucking 20 seconds. Probably not even 10. Was out of here. So, gonna get out of this cavern, save, call it here, review my cringy video, and just see what the fuck I need to do to get any of this to sound right. But yeah, I just, you know, I guess I want to do the streamer send off, you know. Thank you, Fallen Virtue, for showing up, and yeah, Shiva Prima Crush, bro. Awful, I mean, awesome, awful audio, is what I meant to say, bro. But, yeah, I just want to thank everyone for coming out tonight. Totally awesome. I had a good time. It's awesome. This game is awesome. Gonna, you know, I feel like I just want to save in the middle of the road. I'm gonna do that. So many battles happening just before I fucking leave. And, oh wait, yeah, second slot. Second best. There we go. Alright, no, I'm done with this fucking stream.